Beavis and Butthead are not real. They are stupid cartoon people completely made up by this Texas guy who we hardly even know. Beavis and Butthead are dumb, crude, thoughtless, ugly, sexist, self-destructive fools. But for some reason, the little wiener heads make us laugh.
Get ready, everybody. He's about to do something stupid.
Bartender, how about 2 shots of 100 proof grain alcohol Everclear?
You can't be serious.
Well, I am.
Sir, we haven't served those since the
Vandegrift incident! We know! Bottoms up. Son of a bitch! Oh, God! My ordnance!
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, gentlemen, but you seem to have me confused with a character in a fictional show. Now, if you'll excuse me, my fondue is just about...
Welcome everyone to the Dark Live podcast. I'm here today and I don't know. Basically, I just kind of feel like we're just shooting the shit, as we say here on the channel. Gonna be looking forward to talking about Artist of the Week, and got a few other things we're gonna talk about. Also, I do have a little bit of gaming news and updates. I believe I carried a couple of conversations on this podcast, but Dark, I know you were freaking depressed last podcast. I know you've been streaming a little bit, so I'm curious, what's the situation with the graphics card?
Well, not new. I mean, it's like 6 months old, used. But
oh, nice.
Yeah. Great. It's working fine. It's a GTX 1060 or 1650, not 1060. That'd be way less than it's Yeah, new graphics card, and it's working fine. It's definitely an improvement. I'm able to run things at much higher graphics than usual, so
Nice.
it's working. It's working better. And that's really all I can ask for.
Seems good. All right. That's actually really great to hear because, like, by the way, what did you do with the old one? By any chance?
Oh, it's toast.
Yeah, but
it's just toast.
so I'm guessing you didn't read my message.
Oh, that message that was suspect that you probably wrote while you were drunk?
Basically.
The one where you say, I'm not drunk, promise, but no test, please, I fail at everything?
Yeah, there was bits and pieces of information about your graphics card. I don't know if you skimmed over that, or...
I did skim over it?
Okay, because basically in that message, I said, you could get a graphics card for free if you know the manufacturer of your GPU. All you just got to do is just send them the graphics card. They could run some tests, and if it comes back that it is faulty, then you could get a brand new one. Or if not a new one, you will get a refurbished factory for free.
Yeah, no, the card was from 2011.
There still could be like a warranty on it. It also depends on the manufacturer itself.
That's fine. I only paid $220 for the one I got, so I'm happy.
Right. But that is something that you should look into whenever you do have a graphics card that goes out, because that's what happened to me. I know the make and model of my graphics card, so like it was pretty easy to kind of go over, just simply because I know the manufacturer was MSI. I did also contact NVIDIA. They basically just gave me nothing, but the manufacturer MSI with me, that's where I got luck. So I was actually able to get a graphics card. All I just had to do was just pay for the shipping to them, and they just took care of the rest. And that's what happened with me. And I basically for those that don't know, I basically stayed up for like 18 hours, and then I remember how depressed Dark was, and basically I thought, well, maybe I could get a laugh out of him, so I just said a bunch of random gibberish, and then I started thinking, oh yeah, I could tell him about like what happened with my graphics card, maybe it would help him out in his situation. And yeah, and basically I don't know, I was just doing it to like kind of like get a laugh, so I sent that to him. Didn't get a response, so I assumed he didn't read it. And yeah, and that's basically what we're kind of talking about here. Anyway, so I guess we can move on to gaming news and updates with me. I think I heard that BlizzCon is basically going on right now, and I thought I heard that they're probably doing a Diablo 2 remaster? Did I hear that right?
I don't know. I'm not a Diablo fan.
I'm not either, but I figured that would be... I know Diablo is kind of like a big game for some people, and but then again, I also hear that like what is it? Some people make the joke that, oh, you want an updated version of Diablo, you just play Path of Exile. One very funny thing during BlizzCon that I thought was funny, the irony of it all. I mean, we just came full circle, and so like we all know about DMCA and Twitch and all that stuff. Well, how ironic that you have Metallica play a live performance for BlizzCon, and Twitch had to mute it. And it's the same people all the way back in the 90s who were talking about Napster, oh my god, these people are giving away our music for free. How dare these people? Well, guess what, Lars? We came full circle, haven't we? Yeah, you were the same people that wanted all of this shit, right? You wanted DMCA, so that way you get more money. Look where we are now. Oh my god, the irony is so good. Or so bad if you look at it another way.
Yeah.
So, and I was actually checking out streamer. People that know Payday 2 would know General McBadass. Basically, I was watching it all the way up until Dark came into Discord with me here. And, well, I guess Yakuza's got another one. Apparently, he just finished Zero. So he's probably finishing up the credits right now as we speak. But I thought that was kind of interesting. I think he started a little bit after... I think it's actually exactly when Dark started doing Wild West RP. That's about the time when General McBadass started doing Yakuza 0. And I'm thinking he's going to end up just playing the series. I think he really likes it. As a fan, that's what I just like to hear. I'm just... Oh, yeah, that was just awesome. I don't typically watch General McBadass these days, but I mean, the fact that he played one of my favorite games of all time, like that was worth a watch, at least for me. Other than that, I basically got nothing gaming news and update wise, but yeah. Dark, anything going on of games that you've been keeping a close eye on, that sort of thing?
Nope. Apparently Payday 2 is getting more content, apparently.
I thought I heard about that, yeah.
Some content teaser. But other than that, no.
Yeah, the last thing I thought I heard, and I think it's already implemented, is, I want to say they're trying to redo Infamy, I think. They want to add, like, more Infamy tiers. That was the last I heard, and I think that may already be implemented. But not 100% on that. I guess we could move on to what's been going on with our channels. I just been really loving Yakuza 3. Definitely a huge change of pace from the previous installments. I would always say that Yakuza 0 is the better one. Yakuza 1 is just a solid 10 out of 10. It's just so perfect. And then Yakuza 2 I thought was a little bit weaker from the other two, story-wise anyway. If you add the side content, it kind of... It could hold its own up there, for sure. But Yakuza 3 is like a huge change of pace. I'm basically having to see like all the stuff that basically all got updated, and I'm so thankful of like all the changes that have happened over the years to that series. And yeah, that was definitely something. Can't really say too much, especially from the very beginning. There's like a big specific moment that happens in the very beginning of the story. You have to actually play the 1 and 2 in order to understand what happens in 3. And immediately right after that, we just go right into Dad Simulator. I'm fathering a whole bunch of kids, and I'm basically having to... We got a bully, and basically it sounds like the bully is actually the son of the teacher, and that's creating like a whole... That has like its own story arc. I'm kind of curious where that's going to end up. Yakuza goes very weird and sometimes really serious with their stories. They don't just And apparently, I think what was it? I think the kid actually, and by the way, this is actually possibly the most spoilers I ever did with a Yakuza game before. But that's only because people like to spoil things, and because, well, I always hear that this is like the least favorite. There were better ones than this one, and that sort of thing. So, but even though people say they don't like it, like I thought it was great. I mean, yeah, it's no Yakuza 0, but I mean, it's still pretty good in my book. But anyway, there was a whole thing with a kid, one of our kids that we're trying to raise, and apparently, what I think, if I remember correctly, I think the teacher actually is like, he like golfs with the he actually golfs with, like, I think like a governor or something, like a politician, and apparently, I guess somehow our kid that we're trying to raise, this one orphan, he ended up hearing that basically if he tries to tattle, that he's being bullied, that basically the politician will potentially shut down our orphanage. So, like, that's creating, like, a whole piece of dilemma there. We're also discovering that apparently there's things going on with the Yakuza, and we have to, and that's kind of where I'm at with the game at the moment, is we have to, there's a lot of stuff going down with the Yakuza, and we have to kind of go back to Kamurocho, which is another thing. We're actually in, I want to say it's Okinawa is where we're located, I think. And the fact that it's a new map is also refreshing, because I'm so used to Osaka with Sotenbori, I'm so used to Kamurocho, which is Tokyo, and being around there, it's always good to like see like how much the map changes as you play the game, but to actually have like a new map to just kind of explore in is always interesting for me. I really enjoyed that. And yeah, that's kind of it, what I have been doing for Yakuza, but I've also have been doing Yakuza Like a Dragon off stream. I still need to do the true end, well, it's not the true ending, it's the true Millennium Tower, and just ranking up for that. To get, you basically have to get a lot of classes up to 99. I don't know how many classes you need. I'm also playing on hard, so I just now realized, or realized somewhat recently, that maybe playing on a harder difficulty is probably not gonna help me get through this freaking tower, because I tried doing it recently, having I don't know how many classes I have ranked up, but basically, I believe the second fight ended up just one-tapping my entire squad, so I'm pretty sure that's not normal, so I might have to do a third playthrough and see what happens doing a third playthrough, and maybe trying to get a little bit like a easier difficulty. Maybe that'll be because you actually cannot pick difficulty when you first beat Yakuza Like a Dragon. You actually have to beat the game and then go back, and then if you want to do a new game plus, you can, which for Yakuza Like a Dragon, I actually do recommend it, because you're going to come across gear that you don't normally come across, and sometimes you'll only just get like one chance at it, and that's it. So you'll really need to kind of like hunt those like rare items down and just kind of grab them when you can. But yeah, and I think that's pretty much that's been going on with me. So I know you've been streaming a little bit, but I don't know if there's like a whole lot that's happened with your RP.
Oh, only just a shit ton of trauma, and that, for my character. It has been a very emotional RP week. Getting back immediately, Ryan's girlfriend, her daughter was murdered, so we went on for a couple days, sort of a vendetta trying to get the person who did it, and then two of the people working on that got, they were following up a lead on their own, and they got in a confrontation with the guy, and they lost the confrontation, and then then the deputies got involved, and essentially we have to abandon that whole revenge thing because the deputies are suspicious of Kit, Ryan's girlfriend, of being involved in it because they know that, that it was her daughter. So they're kind of suspicious, and she's like in a government position. So, well, I guess state, because she works for the government, so she can't really be involved in stuff like that. So that's been it's been a lot of like fuckery, and just it's not over. It's not over. Last night was just a nice chill, nothing happened, kind of just hang out with people. But there's probably going to be more repercussions coming down the line for what's happened. Who knows? But, man, it was actually relatively quiet while I was gone, and then I get back, everything kicks off. It's like, well, guess I didn't miss the action, huh? But yeah, that's about it. That whole thing's been basically what the past 4 days have been about. And the stuff with the side story that Ryan has going on, that's maybe gonna get back up and going next week. I need to find replacements because two of the people can't do it anymore, so I need to find replacements for them. So that's a thing. Things are happening. Things are going. But yeah, I'm just happy to be streaming again and actually able to, play video games now. Like, I can actually play shit because I actually have something that'll play. It's great. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that feeling. It's so frustrating because I forget how much money my freaking graphics card cost me, but it was well over. I always if you don't want to put a number on it, I basically just say it's more than some people's car. It's like well over $1,000, and it's like when that happened, like I basically had no choice. Like I had to like hunt down the manufacturer and just do something because I don't just have like another $1,000 just laying around. Oh yeah, this will work. We'll go ahead and get that done. So yeah. So and the only upside, at least with me, is the only upside with me is that because I do have a i7, and it's a pretty good one too, is it can run basically most games with that. I still do need to use low settings, but pretty much I haven't come across a game yet that I basically cannot run just running on my CPU alone. So I mean, that's kind of awesome. But yeah, it really does help to get a better graphics card, and just to make absolutely sure that everything runs properly and all that stuff. And it's just so depressing when you put so much money and love and care into something and it just doesn't work out.
Yeah. It sucks. but
It
you know,
is.
hey, it's done. We're good. Got it. Got a new one. We're doing stuff again. Fun.
Right. I know normally we probably this is probably going to be like one of the shortest podcasts we probably did, but I'm all for it. I think we'll probably just get into some clips, I suppose. Unless
wow, we're
there's
just gonna clips and then artist of the week. This is probably gonna be the shortest one.
yeah,
we've
I
ever
know.
done.
It's probably just going to be one of the shortest. Might as well. Unless there's something else that happened that you wanted to talk about.
No, no, nothing's happened.
Because for me, it's been a slow week, so...
Yeah, it's been slow. Yeah, I don't know much to talk about.
I don't have anything either. That's why I'm moving on.
Okay.
I wish I had something.
I mean, at least I remembered to give you an artist for this week.
I actually just now
clips.
realized that I did not even listen to the artist, and that's bad on me.
Well, you know, it's fine. We'll just make it next week's. How
You
about
sure?
that? Yeah, fuck it. Just make it next week's.
All right.
I've already committed to this being the shortest podcast ever.
This is
Well,
going
not
to
the
be the
shortest
shortest
podcast ever, but
All right, I set up a little bit here.
I am going to see if maybe there's any funny clips. Nope, I can't find anything immediately.
All right. Well, I have a few clips. And basically, God, Momo could be just the greatest. I do need to do... That's not what I wanted to do. Wait. The hell? That's just weird. Alright, we'll just throw that up there. Live heading. There we go. Yeah. I guess I don't have an AFK screen up. Don't know why. Weird. Thought I did.
Scuff Street. It's a scuff cast.
It's always been scuffed.
It's always been a scuff cast.
It's always. 100%. Yeah, the clip that I have here, it's from Momo. And I gotta say, when it comes to Baru and Momo, they have some of the best chemistry I've ever seen. And I think the video just kind of speaks for itself.
That is an accursed abomination! You don't spike that garbage in my vicinity.
What's wrong? I'm confused.
I said, as a joke, if we got 20,000 subs, I would add RuVV Undies. They then subscribed for RuVV Undies. Multiple people bought them. I figured it was going to be like, you know, a 5, 10. 700 purchases of VV Undies happened. There are 700 people out there with wearable birth control.
that's great. Oh, that's
my
good
God.
stuff. I love it. So, I should also maybe have pointed out in that particular clip that she's kind of been playing, I think it's Conan Exile, and basically with Conan Exile, she's kind of doing her own, like, what is it? Like, her own RP server, and all she's doing is just, like, creating stuff. That is, like, legitimately all that she's doing, and she is... I don't know why I can't do... I don't have an option there. Weird. Alright, well, we're just gonna have to do it like this, I guess. But yeah, she's playing, like, Conan Exile, and basically... all she's just doing is just kind of like building her area to where her character is just gonna be at and everything. And so she's just kind of just creating her...
You've got it on the AFK screen.
Yeah, I should do that as well. Got like a million things on me. I'm never good at multitasking. And so basically she's just like creating her area where her character's basically gonna be living, essentially. And well, she all she's just doing is just creating her world, essentially, with this RP server. And I think Baru, all he's just doing is off stream just doing like freaking Warframe. And there's just like nothing happening, but their chemistry is just so good. They just started talking about freaking Jade. I don't know where Jade. Apparently, Baru has a Jade emote, and Momo drew up like a little portrait of a Baru Jade Pog, and it might still be in her server, and it's just freaking hilarious. They just went so many ways with it. It's just so great.
See, I can do it too.
Jade panties now! Jade panties at 20k.
What?
Jade panties at 20k?
No.
Why?
No. No.
Why?
No. Jade 3090! Your puppy dog eyes won't work on me.
What a freaking professional. What a fucking professional, dude.
Oh my lord.
God tier. Fucking God tier over here. Oh, I love it so much. Oh, it's just so good. And the best part is, she kept running with it. If I could get my scenes set up here. Damn it. I did it again. I'm the worst. Oh my god, it constantly just keeps going. And it's just so fucking good. Alright, here we go.
Say it.
Say what?
Say it.
All right, fine. It.
Say you'll do Jade panties at 20K.
I will do Rue Jade panties at 20K.
Near, far, wherever you are.
20K what though? You never really like established what it's 20,000 of. It's just 20,000. Could be 20,000 subs, could be 20,000 cookies, could be 20,000 water bottles. So since you never actually specified, I will be choosing what the 20,000 is. And so I choose 20,000 elephants delivered to my apartment. 20,000 elephants.
Jade panties. Near, far, wherever
And in addition to this,
you are.
never said that I actually had to make a bunch of them. I could make 2 because that's plural. There's panties. So if I make 2, it fills the order of multiples.
Ooh, you promised me, and you can't go back on your promise to the Jade Queen. Oh, near, far, wherever you are.
I'm dead.
I believe that we will get Jade pennies.
Help.
Oh my god. Oh, that is just so great. Can we get a standing ovation? Can we get a standing ovation? Oh, that was so good. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, that.
Why do you have 190 something notifications from me that you've never cleared away?
Oh man.
I screen capping your OBS and I just see like 100 and something on my Twitter. Do you not just mark all as red?
There's just too much red. There's just so much red.
Right click and just says mark as red and gets rid of literally everything.
I don't care.
Okay.
Like it matters.
Like it matters. Okay. Cool.
I have like so many freaking Discord channels, dude. So there's like some I've like never even been in, never even touched, care less. Some are completely like just I don't even know what happened. I guess they got taken down or something. So I don't know. Anyway.
First podcast ever. Let's go.
It really is. It really is. So, well, this is kind of my fault because basically I was just kind of like busy today. So, I was kind of doing like last minute stuff, and basically Dark did send me his thing, but I basically didn't notice it until like about an hour ago, and I was like in the middle of eating and stuff, and it just slipped my mind, and I just completely forgot. So, normally Dark has his, but if you want to do yours, like I could, I just won't be able to say anything about it. Is all.
No, we'll just do it next time. It's fine.
All right. So yeah, Dark does have his, but it's my bad. I was just kind of busy today, so it's the whole reason why I didn't stream today, and I guess I could do a stream after, but it'll probably just be like a short little stream. But anyway, yeah, so we do Artist of the Week, and so yeah, Dark doesn't have his, so I'm just gonna be doing mine. The artist that I went with for this week is Django Reinhardt. And basically, this was the guy I should have went with first before I started doing all of the Mafia 1 and like all the blues and jazz musicians I did previous up until this point. This guy really should have been the first one. And what I like about him is this is the guy that you do hear from Mafia 1. Just about every song in the soundtrack is mostly done by him. Django Reinhardt. I had to turn off the music for the definitive edition. I heard that he is in the definitive, but I can't confirm. I probably should do another playthrough of that, just so that way I could kind of do it with the music on and everything. But he is the guy that you do hear from the original Mafia 1. And just walking around the town, it's all you hear. And I absolutely love the music, in my opinion. He's born in Belgium, but he's Romanian and French descent. He, I believe, actually does speak French. And he's a composer, he's a guitarist. He also plays the violin. He's also played the banjo. And just a little tidbit for those that don't know about musical instruments. According to what I've heard about the banjo, is even though it's similar to a guitar, it's definitely not the same in terms of play style. With a guitar, it's kind of, you could strum it, you could do finger style, you'll also do like a picking style, and basically with a banjo is you could only do a picking style. You can't really do like a finger style or strum with it. You probably can, it just probably won't sound as good. And so typically those that play a banjo could probably play guitar, but not the other way around. If you're really good at guitar, you may not actually be able to play a banjo. So that's a little something for those that probably didn't know. And basically, Django Reinhardt, he got his start in the late 1920s, and he kept going all the way up until his death in 1953. And he is a jazz musician. He plays different variants of jazz. One of them is actually specifically called gypsy jazz. And what gypsy jazz is, it's kind of like a bluegrass style of jazz, to where you have no percussions, there's no drums, and it's only like string instruments and like wind instruments, like a trumpet, guitar, that sort of thing, like a bass, like one of those big stand-up bass guitars that they sometimes have. And so basically that's basically all he just kind of plays, is those. And it's just him and his band, and they just kind of they play their own instruments. And so it's kind of and that's kind of similar to like how bluegrass does, is because they don't use percussions as well. And I thought that was kind of interesting. It was something that I did kind of notice, but I didn't really question it when I first heard his music. I did notice that there was no drums, and yet for some reason it never crossed my mind that that was kind of like his own style that he just kind of did. So I thought that was kind of unique. So he created like his own style of of instruments, or his own style of playing jazz. And right now I'm actually kind of setting up always like to try and have like something for you guys to actually kind of like visually see and stuff. So but yeah, and so Django Reinhardt, he's definitely a influential figure in music. And one thing that I didn't notice in my BioShock playthrough, but his music can actually be heard in BioShock. So like if you ever hear like any music playing in the background, like on a TV or a radio or something, there's a good chance it's probably, if you play BioShock, it's probably Django Reinhardt is the one that that can be heard. And also he influenced a lot of other musicians as well. Willie Nelson was one of them, and I actually have a quote from Willie Nelson saying that I love the human sound that he gave his acoustic guitar. He also heavily influenced Grateful Dead and Black Sabbath. And for them, it was a little bit different because it was more than just influence. What basically Django Reinhardt kind of did for them is they had certain particular incidences that took place, and they basically were told that they couldn't play ever again. And I don't know the story behind Grateful Dead, although I am now curious after hearing about it. I'm aware of it, I just don't know specifically what happened. But I do know what specifically happened with Black Sabbath. So I actually said this on the podcast back when Dark picked Black Sabbath for his Artist of the Week. And I knew a story. I'm not going to go into it again, but I'll just give you like snippets of it. But basically, in a nutshell, Tony Iommi is a guitarist for Black Sabbath. And before he got into, before Black Sabbath really took off, he was working at a steel mill. He had an accident, and he was told he would never play guitar ever again. But then he heard of a story of, well, Django Reinhardt. And it turns out that Django, years ago, when it was actually in 1928, he basically was in a horse and wagon at the time, and it was around the time to where basically major cities would probably have cars, but around like the smaller parts of town, they still used horses in some areas, and that's just kind of like how his family was. And so he was actually in a horse and wagon, and I am assuming that they probably stopped somewhere for the night just to kind of like just kind of get some rest, that sort of thing. And he wanted to work, he was composing some music, and he decided to kind of look into, he decided to just do some like last minute stuff and like look into like just touching up some songs that he was working on. And then all of a sudden he ended up, hold on, the video just kind of screwed up on it. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, my bad. Anyway, so basically he was about to go to sleep, and he was working on some songs, and then all of a sudden he was working with candlelight, and he accidentally just tipped over the candle, and everything just caught fire. Over half his body was actually burned in the process. No one suffered any fatalities, but he definitely it definitely took a lot out of him. So what ended up happening is they obviously was treating his burns, and I believe he was hospitalized for 18 months. And during that process of just trying to heal his burns, apparently his burns was so severe that on his left hand, his pinky and his ring finger was completely paralyzed. He could not play with those fingers, and he couldn't even move them. And basically, he didn't really do too much difference from what he did. He plays a very unique style to where that's really, really fast. That's part of the reason why he doesn't have drums, is because he plays at such a fast pace. The drums wouldn't be able to keep up with them, essentially, and it would probably sound more of like a rock song than a jazz song. And so that's the whole reason why they just didn't have drums. They were just kind of playing at such a fast pace. And even though the guy does not play like the rhythm, he's not a rhythm guitarist. This guy's a lead guitarist, and he's only playing with just 2 fingers. And that's basically the technique that he just kind of got down. And it's something that I thought was very interesting, is because I would hear some of, like, I mean, for the time, it was like some of the fast guitar work that I kind of heard, and it's definitely a unique style. While everyone else, I mean, hell, I could even say that, even with me, I did try to play guitar. I have, my hands work completely fine, and I even remember sending Dark one particular bit that I created, and I just remember the message back saying, "You could have given me an ear warning." And the whole time I was like, well, I did say it was trash, so, I mean, there you go. But yeah, but I thought that was kind of interesting that he's just he plays a 2-finger style guitar, and I thought that was just really interesting. And so yeah, and because of that, Tony Iommi, he kind of heard that when he was being hospitalized for his accident, and when he heard of Django Reinhardt, it kind of gave him more inspiration to kind of continue on and kind of get into his own career music wise. And that was kind of like a crucial moment. And I mean, that's just kind of interesting, and I just really, really enjoy his music, given the time period and everything. And yeah, he's one of my favorite jazz musicians that I've ever heard, and I thought he was really good. So, I'm again do apologize that I didn't listen to yours, but yeah, what was your thoughts of Django Reinhardt?
I thought it was good. I don't really have a lot to say. It was just, just nice music to listen to.
Yeah,
nothing
same.
that really just, yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so I guess that's pretty much. I think that's pretty much a full stream, and yeah, this is probably one of the shortest podcasts that we ever did. So, anything going on with your channel that we might be seeing?
More RP tonight. Got a horse races and stuff, and maybe I'll try and get back into Yakuza 0 at some time. Who knows? Maybe. I've been saying that for a long time now.
It's not going to happen. Let's just face facts. That's not happening. Me and you both know.
It's not happening. Especially I don't know. They've opened up, the people who do Wild West RP opened up a GTA roleplay server that I've been whitelisted to. So
like what? It's like a case to where if you're like signed into Wild West RP, they're just automatically just everyone that's whitelisted there just cross over, or
no, they gave it was a thing where they gave people who have been whitelisted and have not received any warning points the past 6 months got a quick sort of like just put the link to your accepted application in Wild West RP and your character's name, and that's all you needed to do to be whitelisted. They did that for 150 people. And it was like first 150 people get a quick whitelist because you've already been whitelisted before. Basically, the questions are about the same anyway, so it's like it's like, hey, like they just let a little like, hey, you've been a good RPer and stuff, and you've been accepted, and you play by the rules. So yeah, well, obviously we're gonna let you in the other ones. So here you go, easy ones, which I was happy about.
But do you have GTA 5 or?
I do.
Oh,
it was free on Epic. It was
oh,
free
that's
on
right.
Epic. Yeah,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I picked it up when it was free. So yeah, that'd be interesting. I don't know. I doubt it would. Wild West RP is gonna, like, the Red Dead RP is gonna be still my main, but I might do some GTA on occasion. I don't know. It's a different character, different stuff, but a fun little thing is that canonically, the events of Wild West RP happened in in our GTA 5 universe, so you have a lot of characters who are descendants of characters.
Oh, I see what they're.
West
Okay.
RP.
Okay, I see what you're doing. Or what?
I mean, there's new characters, and there's also like descendants and stuff.
That's interesting.
So yeah, it'll be fun. Hopefully, that release is. Well, they'll probably say something within the next week. They said end of February or something.
Interesting.
But who knows?
Yeah. And as for me, I'm probably just going to be doing more Yakuza 3 and playing some of that. Going to be doing that definitely tomorrow. Tonight, I don't know. I'm kind of torn between doing Yakuza 3 or could end up doing some Yakuza Like a Dragon tonight. I'm not sure. Probably do Yakuza 3 because we could kind of like get everything settled in. I kind of just showed up to Kamurocho, so we could kind of like get everything kind of like settled in, do like the main story quest, so that way we could just kind of like explore and all that stuff. And yeah, so I'll probably end up doing that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me. And any last minute thoughts before we completely wrap up here?
Nope.
Alright. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I have to bring up, so normally these podcasts will be a little bit longer, but due to reasons. For me, it was just a little bit of a slow week. And yeah, I completely forgot about Dark's artist, so that's on me. We'll go ahead and just book it for next podcast, which would be on next month on the 6th. So be in March. And yeah, I think that's it.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty.
We'll see you guys in the next one, and we're out. Bye, everyone.
Peace.